Oh, and that's exactly what I want to do. And by the way, I want to welcome MattyHolts. He's an army buddy of mine. This is Brandon number two. You know I'm number two because I'm the shit. And here comes the bomb. So I have heard a story about one of my army buddies. His name is Matty Holtz. That we'll use that as a little pseudonym. And I've heard the question or the story, shall I say, that he got caught with a finger in his ass by a sergeant major by a sergeant major at a training at a training event. And now I may be off key. I may have it may be off base, but I've heard about a finger somewhere or some sorts that shouldn't have been where it should have been, or should have been where it shouldn't have been during an event that where somebody walked in. So, Matty Holtz, if you don't mind, would you share for us a story that has been told?
So there I was, newly promoted, private first class. I was on a 240 truck, and we
240 truck, as in like a Humvee with
right,
a 240
yes.
on it.
So yeah, a Humvee,
240 Bravo. It's a machine gun.
Primary weapon 240 on the.
It's a machine
truck.
gun.
Right.
A truck with a machine gun
Which
on it.
is perfectly legal to buy. Recommended if you can afford it.
Go JoJo, right?
JoJo 2020.
Yeah, go JoJo 2020. I vote Trump.
So, anyways, we'd been in the field 2 weeks. We had another week left, and the senior E4 on the truck. He was the gunner. I was the driver.
A specialist.
Right. Came up to me and said, "Matty Holtz, you smell terrible." I think he was offended that I lasted that long without a shower. Not that a shower was available.
Showers were not available when you live in the woods. You can at least wipe your ball sack with antiperspirant wipes.
Right.
But if they're not available,
I ran out. So
he ran out because he wipes his body regularly.
right. I wiped my body for about the first 5 days, a couple times a day. This is like my second time in the field. Wasn't really prepared. So I said, "Hey, bro, I'm out of wipes." He's like, I got this cocoa butter baby wipes. Hook you up."
Oh, cocoa butter. That's
Oh yeah.
well. I'm gonna tell you, my brethren of the
Right.
darker pigments,
Right.
they know about cocoa butter.
I'll tell you something.
They got it down.
They got cocoa butter from Wakanda. They kept that a secret.
Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever. Cocoa butter did come from Wakanda. But anyways,
shout out to my boy Doodoo 3K. He knows what I'm
Doodoo
talking about.
3000. I know exactly who you're talking about, and his elbows are only slightly ashy
Right.
because he did not use Wakandan cocoa butter.
Right.
He used
great
regular, great value cocoa butter. But anyways,
So, anyways, this man sets me up with some cocoa butter, baby wipes, and he's like, "Hey, bro, go take care of this like now." Right? We got our truck sitting in the bullpen, which is a gated area when you're in preparation to go on the gunner's course. So I go in there, I lock the door, and then I strip Butterball naked, as any man would do
So,
in a private
from-
locked room.
eyebrows to nutsack, no clothes is what he's saying.
From toenails to eyelashes, Butterball naked.
So you had a hat on.
No.
All right. So
No.
from the tip of your hair
Well, I might
to
I
the
might have
bottom
had a
of
hat
your
on.
feet.
I don't know.
All right.
I really don't remember what I was into.
We'll say stark naked,
Start
like day
Stark-
you were born,
Yes.
naked.
and greasier than popcorn seeds.
Oh man, how
Oh yeah.
so greasy? What were you so greasy from?
I hadn't had a bath.
You had a bunch of pizza before you went into there.
Maybe.
It was just
I had enough
just
goat cheese on my nuts to be pizza.
Fromunda cheese. If you guys don't understand Fromunda cheese, just have some on your next pizza.
It was not good though.
It's
was terrible.
Oh, that's a dad joke. But we'll continue.
I am wearing a George Polo.
I'm wearing New Balance. All right, so let's continue.
So, anyways, I lock the door. From what I can tell, all the stalls are or not being used at the moment, and I strip butterball naked, right? And I mean, I'm getting my ears. I'm going from head to toe, right? I'm getting my ears. I'm getting, my face. I wet my hair and then like wet the wipe and I squeezed it in my hair and like washed that way because I
And
didn't have to
all the juices start running down.
All the juices start running down. I'm in the moment, right? I go to my nipples. They're stimulated.
You always have to clean the nipples because
there's pores. There's pores. Have you ever popped a zit on your nipple? It's terrible.
I have never. I thought my nipples were zits when I was growing up. I tried to pop one.
Did you?
I did not.
Did you milk it?
It popped.
So I'm hitting the nipples. I go to the armpits. I'm working down, my triceps, biceps. Getting my forearms.
It's not a lot, but
it's not right. They're 3-inch pythons. No big deal. Well, anyways,
it's the total length of his penis and the circumference of his arms.
So some new guy from Delta Troop walks out of one of the stalls.
That's another company, by the way.
Right.
Another unit.
Another unit within our squadron. I don't know his name. He was a fuzzy. I haven't seen him since.
He was a very low-ranking person.
Right. So the lowest of ranking. Well, anyway, so he like comes out, and I'm like, oh, I do apologize because again, butterball naked, goat cheese on the nutsack. Haven't made my way down there yet. And he's just like, it's cool, bro. So he walks out, right? I forgot that he unlocked the door and left.
Oh, so the entire building is open to anybody who wants to come in at this point.
Oh, yeah, full access to pedestrians.
So you wanted privacy,
right?
At least a little bit as far as Army is concerned, but you were about to get zero privacy, not knowing that the door was unlocked.
Right. So I make my way down my torso, get the belly button and all that, right? And I'm thinking, hey, I've got 3 wipes left. I need to
save... A total of 1, 2, 3.
1, 2,
That's ass crack, legs, feet.
No. Butt crack, nutsack, legs and feet.
Oh, shit.
So I take 1 wipe and I make it work for both my legs and both my feet. Right?
Okay,
I take a little water, splash it between my toes.
You completely passed by.
Right. And that's because I was trying to consolidate and like ration it out.
Okay. Rationing is important in the military.
Right. So I take 1 wipe and I clean my legs. Right. That one's done. A lot of dirt, a lot of grease. I take the other wipe, the second wipe, and I go to town on my nuts, and I'm just like massaging them. You know, you do like the little pinch and
roll.
You
have to do the pinch and roll.
Pinch and roll.
Well, that's only for scratching. Why are you pinch and rolling for cleaning?
I was dirty.
I would stretch the sack out and just do straight wiping.
So this was over 3 years ago.
Okay, so you haven't mastered the.
I have by now. Yes.
Yes, of course.
Right.
As of 6 years in the military,
I was learning the cocoa butter ball rub. I was.
Yeah, well, that's what we call it, the cocoa butter ball rub.
Right, and I popped my cherry that day with the cocoa butter ball rub.
Well, it's important. It's actually very important.
So I take this third last glorious wipe. Right, haven't shaved in months. It's dirty. It's dark. It's unknown. It was like Elsa going to that river that her mom spoke about when she was a baby. Into the unknown. Yes, exactly, right? And just like Elsa, I swam a little too deep.
But
and I don't want to say
in the crack. You're speaking of the anus area.
Right. If the iceberg was the river, my butthole was the iceberg.
So you were cleaning of the anus area,
right? And I got around the specific colon area,
the sphincter,
and I don't want to. I will not admit if it became pleasurable. I just know that somehow, somewhere, some private got lost in the moment.
There may have been a private enjoyed the privateness of being private with his private. And what happened in this meantime? So let's imagine if a fuzzy is a really low-ranking person,
right?
And you were somewhere maybe 2 ranks above.
Yeah, so 1 through 9, I was number 3.
Yeah, so if number 1 is the lowest and you were number 3, and what number would have come through the door if E was in front of it?
I would say 8.
An E8 came in and saw an E3.
So let me get a little visual with you.
Little visual. I'm good.
Little
I'm
descriptive.
completely okay with a little visual.
I had my left hand on the sink.
Left hand on the sink.
My legs were as wide as I could go.
You gotta get. You
to be,
have to get
and staying comfortable to get that spread eagle on the yams.
Okay.
Right. And I
yam
had
spread.
And I had the two fingers.
Two middle fingers.
The two, yes,
so
the
that's
middle
your
finger
ring finger
on my right
and
hand.
your bird finger.
Right, on my right hand, and I had this cocoa butter blanket
all the way down.
Yes.
Your whole fingers are wider than they are now.
Right.
No freckles.
Right, and I had both fingers in between the crevice of my cheeks, and I'm looking back like it makes a difference. Looking
well,
back.
you have to look back just to make sure nobody's trying to get
and
in there.
I'm going to town like you would on a woman in her vaginal region.
But you're not in there.
But
you're
I'm
just,
not.
You're at the crest.
I'm getting the dingleberries. I'm getting the sweat.
You're on the
salt.
balloon knot.
Right.
You're just.
And as I'm looking back and I'm cleaning this this nook or cranny, this said E8 walks in and without missing a beat looks at me, and I'm still just going at it, and says, "Private." And I was like, "Roger." And then he just kept staring at me.
Well, that's what they do when they see
Right.
an anus
Right.
being
Right.
semi-fingered.
I honestly think he was jealous because my anus was cleaner than his at that point in time. And then made me go to the stall and finish. And so like I went to the stall and then he yelled at me because I didn't grab my army issued tidy whities.
So the fact that you were, I will say, semi-masturbating your asshole with cocoa butter, but you didn't have your army-issued tidy whities was the biggest issue with that scenario.
That's what he was upset about.
He was upset, not for the fact
was
that you were
cool.
spread eagle.
He was cool with me giving myself a bath with cocoa butter.
Well, we'll call it a bath. We'll say
a cleansing.
quote-unquote bath.
Right. He was cool with me going to the stall. Lost his cool when I didn't take my underwear with me.
Well, you know what? You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. MattyHolts and my friend has definitely accepted the fact that he likes rubbing his anus.
No. I